Our coffee today is from Guatemala Huehuetenango, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I want to go through a little bit of the origin of this bean and then finally with the taste. Huehuetenango sits in a very rugged wilderness area, the Chiapas area of Mexico and northern Guatemala. So the Sierra de los Chuchitamanes range is the highest non-volcanic mountain range in Central America. Elevations rise from 1,600 meters to over 2,000 meters, to 6,000 feet above sea level. And that creates steep slopes, very hard to get around, and it's ideal for cultivating high-grade Arabica coffee beans. The warm winds from inland meet with the cool winds from the mountain, and it creates microclimates. It protects the coffee from being affected by frost. Coffee came to Guatemala in the 18th century from the Spanish. So it was brought as an export crop. Notice these trees that shade the coffee beans. Here's the coffee plant and the trees are up above. So those trees create the environment for the plant to grow healthy and strong without frost, without damage. Culturally, the Mayans lived in this area, and if we note the ladies' costume, that's handmade. Weaving is a big part of the culture here. Having visited this part of the world, it's fascinating that each village has their own dress. So all the ladies would be wearing that same dress, and the men as well. On market day, they all come out, they gather together, and those communities make up this coffee growing region. And many of the coffee growers are women that, once again, handling the money, handling the business. Now this bag comes from Chiapas, but you have thousands of small farm plots that are then brought together in a collective to be able to export around the world from this region. So I've got a very freshly pulled espresso, and we're going to go through what the experience is with this wonderful coffee, and the intensity level is up there. Let's put it high. The aroma is earthy, and I've got smoke and earth. And in the mouth, let's take a sip. Man, that hits the front of the mouth. It's a little astringent and crisp. Let's say crisp. And it's smooth. Let's put it that way. And now it's spreading to the back of the mouth. It hit in the front. Now it's going into the mid. Chocolate for sure, almond, nutty, got that too, and a little bit of berry or stone fruit. On the bag it says grape and plum, and I can see that. Let's say berry. Acidity level, there's a little bit. Pop it up a little bit. And the standout feature of this coffee is its aftertaste. It is very long and complex. And I can be hours after having a cup of this espresso, and I feel like I'm drinking it still. It's still, even after I have a little water to clean out the palate, it's complex and evolving. Finished character. I'm going to do both of those. And what does it feel like overall? I'm saying rustic. It is an earthy. This has an edge to it that stays with you and gets better with time. I can drink this now and feel like it's with me the whole day. So I'm generating a prompt and I'll create the image. Well, there you are. You've got so many elements here to enjoy. One is that high mountains, very rugged terrain. The other is a little bit of chocolatey, and they got almonds there, nuts. And back here, I've got like a fabric, like that woven fabric that the lady was wearing. There's something magical about those mountains. And when I was a boy, maybe around 10, we visited this area as a family. And we went to a border between Mexico and Guatemala in which they served this coffee that had a smell that I can still remember. And then I had my first coffee when we got into Guatemala City. And when I had this coffee from Helio Roast, that was the taste. Something in my background remembered it. And to this day, I get the image of being in that border coffee shop in the middle of the night before we got on the bus into Guatemala.